Hi there, welcome to another episode of Steve's Toy Box. I'm Steve, and that's my toy box. Alright, now before we get down to business, we have a few official things to get out of the way first. Now, first of all these things are going to be going up for sale on eBay, and my eBay username is 80MSTeam. That is 80MSTEAM. Now, payment is by PayPal only, and payment is due within 5 days, but, other than that, happy bidding. Alright. So we have a lot of Marvel figures to go through, so let's get right into it. The theme for this week is going to be heroes versus villains, okay? So we have some rather popular matchups. So in these auctions, you're going to be getting one hero and one villain, okay? Now the first one that we have is Wolverine versus Lady Deathstrike, okay? Both of these are Marvel Legends. All these figures are going to be like Marvel Legends, okay? So we have Lady Deathstrike, one of Wolverine's big enemies. Wolverine will come with an extra head and 2 extra hands. Alright? So you'll be able to have him with the claws out or with no claws out, okay? And he has a yelling head and a more stern head, okay? Next up on our list of heroes versus villains, we have Daredevil, the man with no fear, versus Kingpin. Alright, so Kingpin used to be a Spider-Man villain, but he didn't do a whole lot in the Spider-Man comics, and so when they wanted to bring him over to Daredevil, they said, sure, go ahead, you're going to have to reinvent him, though. So they made him like a really badass fighter. So now you have Kingpin versus Daredevil, and it's going to be an epic showdown. And in the Daredevil universe, we also have Elektra versus Bullseye, okay? So you'll be able to get Elektra versus Bullseye in this one auction. Alright, this next matchup is going to prove to be very popular, okay? We have Brown Costume Wolverine versus Sabretooth. Yeah, this is the Jim Lee era Sabretooth, really popular costume form. And we have the Brown Costume Wolverine, which is quite rare in the Marvel Legends line. So you'll be able to get these two guys fighting each other in this one auction. And if you want to go old school with Wolverine versus Sabretooth, then we have the really old school Wolverine, the one with the cat whiskers outfit, versus the old school Sabretooth, alright? And not only that, but they also come with stands so you can display them jumping at each other on this custom display base, alright? So, this display base came with these two figures. It's like an Arctic wilderness kind of base. There's supposed to be like a card that goes right here. I don't have it, but you just go ahead and you can find a picture or print out something of like mountains covered with snow and a forest or whatever, and you stick it in like this little thing here, and then it slides out to create like a bit of depth. Then you just stick the figures right here, and then they're fighting each other in the Arctic, up in Canada. Alright? Our final Wolverine matchup is going to be Yellow Costume Wolverine versus Omega Red. Look how huge this guy is standing next to Wolverine to me. That is massive. Both of these guys are Marvel Legends. Both these guys will be up for sale in the same auction. So if you're looking to get your hands on Wolverine and on Omega Red, now's your opportunity. And as you can see, Omega Red does have the tendrils that come out of his arms, the ones that would be going to the Sentinel. So here's your opportunity to get them. Alright, so The Amazing Spider-Man 2 just came out in theaters, and I thought, what better opportunity to offer Spider-Man figures to you than to offer up a hero and a villain, okay? So, first off we have Spider-Man, alright? And Spider-Man is going to be fighting against Hobgoblin, alright? Now, there are 3 goblins in the Spider-Man comics. There's Green Goblin, Hobgoblin, and Demogoblin. This one is Hobgoblin, one of his arch nemesis, and he comes with this orange flyer, so his feet just hook onto it right here, and then he can fly around, alright? So, Marvel Legends Hobgoblin, awesome Spider-Man, you can't go wrong, huh? Next in our Spider-Man matchup is going to be Spider-Man versus Venom, alright? So, here are these two bitter enemies that are going to be fighting it out, so you get both Marvel Legends Spider-Man and you get Marvel Legends Venom here in the same auction. So if you're interested, go ahead and bid away. I'm sure these will go fast. And lastly in our Spider-Man matchup is going to be Marvel Legends Spider-Man versus Marvel Legends Dr. Octopus. Alright, so Dr. Octopus is going to come with the figure itself. the base for him to stand on, and all of his octopus arms, of course. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 of his octopus arms here that just go ahead and connect to these ports here on his back. And all these things are bendy. They have like the bendy wires in them, so you go ahead and bend them to whatever shape you want. And the claws on the end are adjustable, so you can put them in whatever pose you want. All right. So you can go ahead and get Marvel Legends Spider-Man and Marvel Legends Dr. Octopus. All right. Looks like we are really going to see the Sinister Six show up in Amazing Spider-Man 3, so go ahead and get your hands on these Amazing Spider-Man figures now while you can. Now, that's all I have for this episode of Steve's Toy Box. Once again, my eBay username is 80MSTeam. That is 80MSTEAM. Go ahead and check them out. Link to the auctions are down in the description below. Go ahead and click there. That's all I have for you, and I'm signing out.